citizens. So it's a tool for the city administrators and lawmakers to be able to listen to what the citizens need, no? And make data-driven decisions when it comes to mga environmental impact, sustainability. Yan. Oh, so this is another version. This is a newer version. This one was made for Iligan. So we have a current engagement with Iligan. So it's the same concept pero iba lang yung design nila, iba yung colors nila kasi earlier yung Iloilo, they wanted their to be colorful. So this is the same lang. This is for Iligan. So may 3D model na rin ng mga buildings natin and we can classify them ng different colors according to kung anong type of land cover siya. Yan. So we also have then part of our city command component is the dashboards. No? So for example, what you can see on your screen right now is the emergency dashboard. So this emergency dashboard, ang end user po nito or ang nakaka-access po nito is yung CDRRMO. So emergency response tool po siya. So ang nangyayari po dito is the citizens can report emergencies through the mobile application and then it will be geotagged automatically sa dashboard ni CDRRMO office. And then they can easily access yung details na nilagay ni citizens. Like let's say pag nag-upload siya ng picture ng fire or yung address, naka-geotag na. And then kung may ibang descriptions na nilagay si citizen, makikita kagad ni LGU yun and they can easily respond because we observe na very manual pa rin yung processes natin usually sa mga cities. They report using a handwritten form or they still write the reports using a logbook and then when they get to the office, they transfer the details to another form. So it's very repetitive, no? And it slows down the process. So through this tool, mas mapapabilis yung process and also meron tayong summary table na tab doon. I'm not sure if I can control the video, no? Pero, ayun. Basta may summary table na tab, so the LG will have a census of the data. Like, let's say, for example, for the whole month, they want to see which cities have the highest report. Ayan, so which cities have the highest reports, anong klaseng reports yung highest? Is it fire? Is it robbery, ganyan. And then they can just export the data kagad and they can filter which data they need or want to export if they want to map it out. So this is the tool they can use easily. No? And then they can also update rin pala the status of the report and then the user, the citizen, will be notified of the status. Like let's say, for example, the ambulance is on the way to them na or nakapag-dispatch na sila ng yan. So this naman is the report and issue dashboard. This is similar to the emergency dashboard, pero the office that holds this dashboard is the PSTMO or Public Safety and Transportation Management Office. So these are reports that do not need urgent dispatching, like let's say waste management, nahulog na poste, obstruction sa road, mga potholes, ayan. So dito sila nagre-report. Same pa rin, the user can use the mobile application to send reports and then ma-geotag yung location and then they will be able to see the photo that the users upload. Ayan. And then we also have a tourism dashboard since that time in 2021. It was during the pandemic. So one of the main priorities of Iloilo City was to promote, again, their tourism and tourist attractions. So through this dashboard, they can easily promote. So kung ano yung ilalagay nila na data ni tourism dyan, lalabas siya sa mobile application and makikita siya ng citizens. So they also have a census, the database of their tourism datasets using this dashboard. And so these are the actual outputs, other modules of the mobile application. So we have also the eGov module. So all the existing initiatives na meron na yung other government agencies, we just incorporated them because we do not like to duplicate efforts. We are for integrating for a more sustainable platform. So yan, mga PhilHealth, SSS, Pag-ibig, si eGov na integrate na rin namin, si eGov PH. Ayan. And then ito yung tourism module that was shown earlier. So the users can see which tourist attractions the LGUs want to promote even more. And then City Hall services that contains yung mga business permits, licensing, EBPLS, IBPLS. And then local products, this is also a DOST funded initiative because in Iloilo they have this platform called Baka Lokal. It's DOST funded. Basically, this is where they sell their local delicacies that they want to promote. So we also integrated this in our application. And then the health module, we just linked the official health sites wherein the LGUs announce their projects. And then these two are the ones that were discussed earlier, report and issue module and emergency module. So this is where the users can send reports to the LGUs, and their location gets geotagged automatically, and then pwede silang mag-attach ng photo and maglagay ng descriptions. Ayan. So this is our other updated versions. This one we made for Iligan naman. So this is how it looks like. Ayan. So naka-integrate na rin si eGov.ph. And so we have other mock-ups because we also have proposals for other government agencies. So this one is for the DSUD. So we have a mobile app and a dashboard na similar din sa how we made the dashboard for Iloilo and other cities. So ayan siya, may advanced analytics, and then may GIS component, meaning Geographic Information System, so they can visualize it on the map. And then we also made proposal for the smallest barangay unit, no, which is the SK level. So we also have a dashboard for that. And then recently we had a proposal for Mega World because they wanted to see kung paano siya i-apply naman sa townships. So ayan yung proposal namin. And then part of our outputs also is to create model simulations po for the city. So for example, this one, yung what we can see sa screen, this is a model simulation of the flooding in Iloilo City. So, ayan, ito po, ano po siya, map po siya ni Iloilo City, and then may Iloilo River po dyan, yung blue part. So basically, this simulates lang yung kapag may bagyo or babaha si Iloilo River, paano yung flow ng tao, saan siya mas magandang dumaan, papuntang evacuation centers, and then kung yung evacuation center ba mismo ay aabutan din siya ng baha. So, dapat wala siya doon. So, makikita natin yung mga ganyang studies using the dashboards, no, and our tools. Ayan. So, also part of our outputs is to conduct training, no, and capacity building dun sa mga end users natin. So, tinuruan din po namin yung LGUs kung paano gumawa ng mga mapa. So, for example, yon from the earlier slide, kapag may flooding, so we taught them how to make a site suitability analysis of evacuation centers. So for example, using 4 parameters here, we have flood hazard, elevation, service area of hospitals, and proximity to roads. So according to those 4 parameters, we have mapped out the areas kung saan dapat walang evacuation centers. So yung mga red areas dyan, not suitable to have evacuation centers, while yung mga green areas ay most suitable. So as we can see, meron silang mga evacuation centers na nasa areas na red. So dapat wala kasi it's either binabaha din doon or walang hospitals or mahirap puntahan kasi walang roads na ma-access doon. So ayan. This is another example of what we taught them, no, forecasting population of Iloilo City. So I think this is really important for them, especially kapag election, so they know how many voters they have. Ayan. So ito naman po, crime hotspot. So for example, using the dashboard, they have collected a total of a month worth of data sets dun sa reports. So we can teach them how to understand the data and visualize it properly. So in this map naman, we can see na anong districts or areas nagko-concentrate yung crime, no? So if we see na dito tsaka dito, then we can make better plans na baka kailangan natin magdagdag ng tanod doon or bantay. Maybe it's dark, palaging may nananakawan, maybe we need to increase yung mga street lights natin. So, ayun, these really help the city administrators to make well-informed decisions that would actually reach the citizens' needs, no? So, ayan. those maps are part of the workshops we conduct to the end users or to the LGUs na gagamit ng system. Ayan. So, this is the SDG na mga important sa amin. So, sustainable cities and communities, industry, innovation and infrastructure, climate action, peace, justice, and strong institutions. So, that's basically the gist or the summary of what we do. So, for us, a smart city is not about technology. So, as we can see here sa left side, no? Smart city is both an intelligent city and a creative city. Meaning, hindi lang siya dapat pure technology. We have to incorporate other aspects and partners, no? So, number two, a smart city offers a balanced centricity among technology, institutions, and people. So, for us, in order to create a smart city, there has to be a two-way communication between the lawmakers and the citizens. Kasi yung citizens naman talaga yung end users. So, through this structure, may feedback from the citizens kung ano yung kailangan, and then the city administrators can make better informed decisions from the data that they gather from the citizens. So, yun po yung aming project, Lungsod. So, City Command and City Connect. Dashboards, Data Hub, and then the mobile application na yung end users are the citizens. Ayun. So, I think may video dito.
This is Lungsod Solutions, empowering cities towards smarter communities through the power of digitization and innovation. Lungsod Solutions is engineered to optimize government processes, ensuring enhanced efficiency and improved public service delivery. Our primary goal is to drive growth in smart infrastructure, digital industries, and innovation. Lungsod Solutions share the same vision of building smart cities of excellence, which highlights the commitment to smarter and reliable collaborations through citizen empowerment and digitization. With Lungsod Solutions Command and Connect systems, the team revolutionizes how citizens engage with the government in real time, with efficiency, and always at their fingertips. The Report and Issue Dashboard, the SOS Dashboard. And as we roll over, more modules are to come. At the heart of this transformation is the community, a community empowered through technology, driven by innovation, and united by a shared vision for progress. With Lungsod Solutions, cities could serve as a launchpad for a smarter, citizen-centric governance, ensuring that every voice is heard and every need is met. We are not just creating a smarter city, we are building smarter futures together.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Engineer Guanya Turpino. May we ask you to remain on stage before I open the floor for questions? Yeah, one thing to remember that in this age of connectivity, it's actually the digital twin that is the backbone of the digital transformation, because there we exploit the predictive powers of the model in terms of planning, specifically for DRRM. So with that, I'd like to open the floor for one question in the interest of our time. So does anybody want to ask something on the initiatives for digital transportation, or transformation rather? Transportation. So any question from the group on the project Lungsod? I think wala silang gustong itan. But anyway, let me just ask this, since we're talking about digital twin. How integrated is the Lungsod in the planning processes of, for example, Iloilo City? So how far does the government of Iloilo use the Lungsod module in their planning? Do you have any insights on that?
Actually, in 2021, we have already deployed this in Lungsod, and they were using this. But then, in last year, there was another project. We have a sister project now. It's called the Smart Metro. So the Smart Metro is also DOST funded. And right now, we're working on top of that base platform, and we're expanding. We're not just looking at smart cities. We're now looking at smarter region. So, Iloilo City as the base area, and then integrate na namin yung mga neighboring cities and municipalities of Iloilo. So, we're making that platform better, and then next year siya ulit i-deploy sa Iloilo and the neighboring cities of Iloilo. So we're still working on it now to make it parang in-upscale namin into smarter regions instead of smarter cities. Pero na-deploy na to before. Kinuha lang ulit namin, tapos we're making it bigger. Ayun. So when in terms of planning, how involved yung platform sa naging planning nila is, I guess, it's just really a tool kasi. So, what's important rin kasi is yung policy. So, kung wala tayong policy part, hindi rin talaga magagawa yung, hindi rin talaga aabot sa ground yung ano. So, this is just a tool, as I've mentioned earlier, na it's more than just the technology. It's supposed to be institutions and people. And syempre, yung policy making talaga. So, they can use this all they want. Na-deploy namin to sa mga offices nila. They use it sa city planning. Pero kung hindi nila pinapaabot dun sa policy making, hindi siya talaga dinaabot sa ground. So, yun yung...
Actually, institutionalization,
institutionalization.
is the key. So with that, thank you. A round of applause to Engineer Rufino for sharing Smart Cities initiative. So I give back the floor to Ms. Diane.
Okay. Thank you so much. Our aspiration, hindi lang smart cities, diba? Tama, smart regions. And we look forward that our cities and regions will be intelligent and creative at the same time. So, joining us next is Engineer Ren Zedek Santos, who will present HES or AIEMS, an innovation that integrates technology with sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand to Engineer Zen Zedek Santos.
Hello po, magandang hapon sa lahat.